facing the police every single day.
A few cats and dogs remain here. But over the weekend, Tammy Hedges says there were 27 more.
The goal was to make sure that they were not out there drowning.
She runs an animal rescue called Crazy's Claws and Paws and is in the process of converting this space into a shelter. With Florence approaching, she thought she'd help and give pets a dry place to stay. Tammy says volunteers kept watch 24 hours a day.
We had an elderly couple who they were evacuating that afternoon, and there was no way they could take 18 animals with them.
On Monday, Wayne County Animal Control found out and came over. Volunteer Kathy Davidson was here.
I talked to one of the men that was here, and he said that she didn't have this registered as a shelter.
You acknowledge this was not a formal shelter?
Yes.
Tammy handed over all the animals, but that's not the end of this. The county's animal services manager told the News Argus she could face charges. He didn't respond to our requests for comment.
The owners were just going to leave them in a flood zone on chains. So, we don't want that. We've been through Matthew.
The county's shelter had space available for pets before the storm came through. Tammy says people had trouble getting through to the office or simply didn't want to take their pets there.
I think it's really sad when someone tries to do the right thing that they're punished for it.
Good Samaritan facing possible charges for saving animals during hurricane without a permit. A Wayne County, NC woman may be charged for helping rescue animals as Hurricane Florence approached because she didn't have a permit. By Jack Burns, September 23, 2018. Wayne County, NC Tammy Hedges, an animal rights activist, attempted to be proactive and protect animals as Hurricane Florence enveloped the NC coast and her hometown. She and her group of friends began rescuing animals they found in danger of dying by the rising flood waters. Each animal's exact location was documented so the owners could be informed following the floods caused by Florence. All the animals were then transported to a warehouse complete with cages, food, water, pee pads, and litter boxes. Volunteers even slept in the warehouse to make sure rising flood waters didn't threaten the rescue operation. Some 24 animals were rescued before Wayne County Animal Control demanded the animals be turned over to them. The officers who arrived to transport the animals to the state-approved animal shelter reportedly told Hedges she was running an illegal animal shelter without a permit. Hedges disputes such allegations and says she and her group were just trying to defend the animals' rights to life. Hedges may now be facing criminal charges if the resulting investigation concludes she committed criminal acts. Frank Sauls, Animal Services Manager for Wayne County, defended his county's actions saying, "If we didn't feel like anything was being done wrong, we would not have taken the animals, but that is for the courts to decide. All that will come out, if the case goes to court, but at this point, it's very early in the investigation." For her part, the animal rights activist claims she's done nothing wrong. "We were trying to help abandoned animals. We knew North Carolina didn't have any regulations or laws regarding shelters for animals, so a group of us got together to do something to help those animals. It's why we opened our building to them so they'd have a safe dry place to go until their owners returned to get them. I had not gone out and gotten any animals, but a couple of independent rescuers had gotten some from flooded areas and brought them to me." Following the turnover and removal of the animals from the makeshift shelter, friends of Hedges are now calling on North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper to exonerate Hedges of all wrongdoing. In the petition, the group accuses Wayne County Animal Control of being financially motivated, claiming the government confiscated the animals because they, presumably, were not getting their surrender and adoption fees if the animals stayed with Hedges. The petition states, "In midst of Hurricane Florence, one woman, Tammy Hedges, decided to help her community by taking action and opening an animal shelter to ensure that the carelessness of pet owners did not result in adding more burden on our already full animal shelters and emergency rescue teams." The group claims Hedges was just being a good Samaritan and should be protected under the law with the same title. This woman, Tammy Hedges of Wayne County, North Carolina, should be protected under the Good Samaritan Act for her actions. Instead, Wayne County Animal Control Services has decided to condemn and punish an upstanding member of its community because the government did not receive its unfair cut in midst of a crisis. Please use the influence that you were given by the people, for the people, and help Tammy Hedges be rewarded for her due diligence in helping her community. To date, Hedges has not been charged with any crimes, but those closest to the case believe it's just a matter of time before the so-called authorities trump up charges against her. So far, 216 people have signed the petition to exonerate Hedges. If you'd like to sign the petition, feel free to click here for a link to the request. Police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County, and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.